Good morning, everyone. This is Jerby, your certified aromatherapist, graduate of New York Institute of Aromatic Studies. And for today's guest, we have a very special guest from Australia. She is the owner of Lily Sage, a Sydney-based small batch artisan skincare brand. She is also an advocate of Endometriosis Awareness, and she's currently taking up a Diploma in Organic Skincare Formulation. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Priscilla Tong.
Yes. So good meeting you, like virtually for the first time.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on the podcast.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's my first time, but you're so lovely, like just from speaking to you, so yeah.
Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
So how have you been? I mean, with the pandemic, how have you been adjusting to the changes?
It's actually been okay. I know, like, globally, everyone's situation has been quite different, but because I've been quite grateful and fortunate that, my corporate role, I'm able to just work from home. So, and we're slowly, I think, going to transition back into the office for a few days a week. So I think, like, for me, I've been, really grateful that I've been able to stay at home and be with my 1.5-year-old fur baby called Hero. So he's currently on the couch sleeping. But yeah, it's just been nice to kind of like stay at home and kind of, get myself organized. And my apologies if you can hear in the background, I've got my husband put on the washing machine. It's got like 2 minutes until it's done. So if you hear any like beeping in the background, then that's what it is. So yeah, but what about for you? How has it been for you?
Oh, in Manila, it's still very restrictive. Like, we are still on a community lockdown.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to Melbourne, yeah.
Oh, the situation here is very restrictive still for the past 8 months.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Are you guys able to travel now, in and out Australia?
No, I think a lot of people have been going locally to say, like, travel to, the Blue Mountains, but in terms of like borders being closed, I know like Queensland have closed their borders, and a lot of people that I know aren't really traveling that much. They're just sort of staying at home, staying local, and if we do catch up, then it's always within, within the guidelines and restrictions, and we generally just try to catch up with family or friends just at home, like locally. So yeah, so it hasn't been too bad, I mean, given the circumstances. So yeah. And what about you? Have you just been catching up with friends and family just via technology as well?
Correct,
yeah.
Via Zoom, like us.
Via Zoom, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I've got a lot of family, like they're pretty much all over the world, but predominantly they're in Hong Kong. So so that's what we've been doing. And speaking, there we go. There's a Hero, don't bark, please. He's just like, oh, good boy. I've seen from your Instagram that you've got a few cats.
I have 55 of them.
Oh my goodness! Did you say 55?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Do you know all their names?
Of course. Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness! Can you give me, maybe your top 5 or something?
Well, we segregate them in different rooms because it's kind of hard if you put them all together. 55, right? They're gonna fight and all.
Yes.
So in this room, we actually have eight of them.
8. Wow. Oh my goodness.
And you will see them from time to time because they love being part of my videos, my everything.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, Hero's just gone down at the moment. But, well, I've only got the one, and he's already a handful, so I can't imagine 55. Oh, wow.
I rescue cats here in Manila.
Amazing. Oh, that is amazing. Oh.
So all of them are either adopted or rescued off of the streets.
Wow. Is that like through a period of, say, like, when did you start rescuing your first cat or kitten?
2012? 8 years.
Wow, 2012. 8 years. 8 years, 55 cats. Wow. That's amazing.
It's a lot.
And then do you try to like rehome them, or are they all just with you?
That's the thing. If I have started building a relationship with them, I can't seem to let them go. That's why they got into that much. All of them are fixed. All of them are either spayed or neutered.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just that I can't let them go when I started tending to them or taking care of them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Like kudos to you. That's
Oh, thank you. I am your literal crazy cat lady. Cat.
Oh, I can see that even on you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're kind of matching today.
Yeah. Great.
And the cat's there as well. Oh
Correct.
my goodness, that is so cute. I love it.
All right, Priscilla. So, before anything else, could you please share with us your background? What do you do on your day job? And I know that you've started your artisan brand called Lily Sage in 2018. Could you please give us a background on how it all started, how it all began?
I would love to. So in terms of my day job, I started out in my corporate role, starting out in accounting, and then moved into HR, and now I'm I'm working in government at the moment. So, and that's kind of like my 9 to 5. But then I'm also studying with Formula Botanica, and so I'm doing my Diploma of Organic Skincare Formulation. So that I've been doing in the evenings after work, and again, because I've been working from home, it's just been really great. But in terms of Lily Sage, that started quite organically from 2018, whereby I just wanted to build on Instagram a community to talk about wellness, beauty, health, skincare, all these things that I'm passionate about. So and in terms of just where it's kind of gone for me now, actually getting into formulations, it's just been so exciting and such an amazing gradual process. So I think for me, my exposure to natural skincare and even aromatherapy with essential oils kind of started out from just going into just because I love shopping, so going to a Perfect Potion store and then just buying my first diffuser and experimenting with different essential oils that I've loved. So I think for me that's where the whole process kind of started out and evolved, because for me I suffer from really bad period cramps, so learning that clary sage can kind of assist with alleviating the pain, and of course in conjunction with your diet and getting enough sleep and all that. So I think for me it was just sort of a lot of people would ask me, oh, what do you recommend in skincare, etc. So Lily Sage was kind of born out of not just my own passion, but also a community to build to people, to kind of empower them and also just learn more about things that have not just helped me, but hopefully will assist them as well. So that's my quick nutshell of my background and Lily Sage and everything.
Why Lily Sage? What's with the name?
Oh, that's actually such a good question. So from a young age, I've always loved different flowers, and lilies was a prominent one where actually every year for my mum's birthday, I'll always get her either some lilies and some roses. So I think that's where lily kind of came from. And then sage, I don't know, it's just kind of those two words put together just clicked for me. So I just really loved it, and that's kind of where Lily Sage was kind of born. So yeah, these are great questions that you asked.
Yeah, I was checking your pages, your social media, your Instagram, even your YouTube channel. I was able to stumble upon it.
You've really done your research.
Of course. And I really love the way you package your brand, your Lily Sage. It's very, very artisan. It's very, very personalized in a way that it seems that it's very close to your customer's heart. If you're giving it to someone, it's going to be something very close to your customer's heart.
And I try my best to customize it to the best of my ability, depending on what they're wanting. So one of my favorite products that I've done recently is a natural rollerball perfume, and my customer and dear friend also wanted something that's a little bit citrusy and woody, so I was able to concoct something up, and actually it's been one of my favorites that I might actually have to include it as a permanent collection. But yeah, it's just been so fun learning all about just from my course, and also just in my personal life as well. And I'm sure you being a certified aromatherapist, oh my gosh, it's just once you delve into the world of essential oils and natural like skincare, you just can't stop.
Correct.
So I feel like I'm forever learning about dermal limits, sensitizers, all that. So it's a whole new world. Yeah.
Right. I know that you recently enrolled with your diploma for organic skincare. How long does this program last usually?
These different schools offer different sort of timelines or deadlines that are suitable to you and your personal circumstances. So for me, I wanted a course that was flexible, and with Formula Botanica, they've got a 2-year limit on finishing your course. But for me, I've actually just completed it I started in July, and it's already, October, and I've realized that I've already done all my modules, so I've just got my final course project complete. So I've just been literally trying to formulate and research and get all my material safety data sheets together, and just trying to formulate the best emulsion that I've ever made. So yeah, and it's just so hard trying to like narrow it down to like the key ingredients for you, because obviously like I love everything and there's so much that I want to put in, but I also want to make sure that I still keep it sort of simple and effective. Just really been enjoying it.
Right. And I was checking your product range. I noticed that you have a lot of very unique ingredients like bakuchiol and kakadu.
Oh,
Those things are really unheard of here in Manila. Could you please tell us more about those, and how are you able to obtain them? Is it very local in Australia? I know there are a lot of ingredients.
Gosh, it's so hard to source. Yeah, but I definitely agree. So I'm probably butchering the name, but like bakuchiol is sort of like it's like it's a plant-derived ingredient, but it's more a natural alternative to retinol. So it's great for, because I've got kind of like sensitive, oily, but now it's become a little bit dry as well. So it's kind of like combination skin. And I'm also quite prone to redness. And when I use the bakuchiol in like, say, something quite hydrating and moisturizing in squalane oil, I've actually found that like my skin feels more like it's not doesn't feel sensitive at all, and it alleviates any kind of like redness as well. So bakuchiol is great that you can wear it daytime and the nighttime, so you can use it twice a day, and it doesn't. It's great for all skin types, including sensitive skin. So that's been one of like my key favorite ingredients. But as you say, like it's really hard to source and it's quite expensive, but there are a few like local suppliers here in Australia that also source it, so I've been very lucky to get my hands on that. So
Yes, you are. How
like
about
my little hidden gems? So yeah, thank you for asking.
how about your kakadu plum? That's also unique.
Yes, it's really high in vitamin C, and I guess it's quite uniquely also Australian. But yeah, so I use that in a lot of my products as well, just to not just boost the vitamin C content, but also provide that sort of antioxidant. And I've loved it in one of my favorite serums that I've been making is rose chamomile and the kakadu plum serum, and sometimes I'll also add in a little bit of hyaluronic acid in there as well, just to lock in all that moisture and hydration. So yeah, they're like some of my favorite Australian ingredients, the kakadu plum.
I can see your enthusiasm every time you're talking about these ingredients.
I'm passionate about it.
Yes.
There's actually another one that I'd love to incorporate, which includes Davidson plum, and also like the caviar finger lime. Is just amazing. So watch this space in Lily's age.
Yes.
There might be some new products coming out soon. So.
I'll definitely keep my eyes peeled on that, especially after you've finished your course. I know you'd come out with a lot more interesting things.
I'm hoping to finish it either by the end of this year or maybe like next year, but I just don't want to rush it. I really want to ensure that, I get all my key understandings and really work on my formulation as well before I submit anything. So yeah.
I agree. I am actually enrolled at New York Institute for their Botanical Beauty course.
Amazing.
It is where I met Beatrice.
Oh, yes. She is the best. She's so lovely, isn't she?
Yes.
Oh. So did you do your aromaceutical course there, or was it also just the...
It's a separate course, so that's level 1.
Into the course as well, and who knows? Maybe after I finish my course, I can look into like different courses if you recommend any as well.
You should.
Always want to like enhance my knowledge and my understanding of this like natural beauty skincare industry. So
Correct.
yeah.
So I also wanted to talk about you being an advocate for endometriosis. Can you please share with us? Like, what are the oils that has helped you and your reproductive health?
I think for me, it's more realizing, because I'm someone that's there's always so much going on, and I think what has helped me as well, I've been seeing well, in the past I've seen I guess a natural herbal practitioner, and so she mentioned something that was quite key to me. And she said, because I'm also someone that's quite impatient, so I think it's about slowing things down, and it's okay to say no to things. I think for me, it's also realizing that if you get enough rest and just do certain things, like, because everyone de-stresses in a different way. So for me, it could be like taking a nice hot bath, or putting on my diffuser and just having like a nice lavender, like adding a few drops of lavender essential oil. So for me, it's about recognizing and listening to like my body's needs, and just really giving myself enough time to rest and kind of plan and organize, and not overcommit. I think those are some key points that have really helped me out throughout the years, because I think endometriosis has only been recently recognized as, it's like that silent disease that is so debilitating for so many people. And I'm quite lucky that mine is not at an extreme stage. It's still quite early on, so I'm able to kind of monitor it. But I guess like everyone's body's different, and it's just listening to your body, knowing what it needs, and just I can't stress enough like the rest and the diet. And for me, I probably should be doing a little bit more exercise than I'm doing now. Like literally since COVID, I think the only exercise that I do is just walking Hero, my dog. So he's an excuse to get me out of the house. But other than that, it's just just rest, relaxation, and just de-stressing when you can. So I think those are some of the things that have really helped me out. And as I mentioned and touched on earlier on, just adding a few drops of clary sage either to a carrier oil, into my creams that I've formulated, or even to like a warm bath has also helped me out as well.
I agree, because I have PCOS. I'm not sure if you've heard of that.
Oh no, I'm not as familiar.
PCOS is polycystic ovary, so it's also related to women's reproductive health, and I was diagnosed to have it last 2010. So I've been managing it for 10 years now, and luckily, thank God, when I had my checkup earlier this year, I would say I've managed it successfully because my levels are in the normal range already. And
that's so great to hear.
Yeah, in the past year, I've been using as well clary sage and lavender and geranium. So those are the top 3 oils that has helped me. So I was wondering, how about you? What are the oils aside from clary sage have you been using?
Lavender is certainly key. I've been really loving that. So it's just like a great all-rounder. And sometimes I love adding a few drops of grapefruit as well, just so it just kind of uplifts and invigorates like your body and your senses. So other ones that I've been really getting into recently have been more of the citrus oils, so mandarin rind and sweet orange essential oils. I've been really, really loving that. And if I'm really needing to concentrate on a piece of work or something, then I'll also add a few drops of rosemary. I think that's really great. So yeah, those are like my key like favorites. I guess actually there's so many of my favorites, it's really hard to choose. But
I
as
agree.
you say, the different circumstances call for different essential oils.
Correct, and you have to rotate your oils.
Yeah, definitely. And what you said before really resonated with me. Like, again, making sure that you go and do, like for me, my 6 monthly checkups as well, just to make sure that like my endometriomas and the cysts remain, they haven't gotten bigger. They either remain at the same size, or who knows, maybe like it's shrunk as well. But again, just for me, I'm consciously making those and taking those steps to just rest, make sure I do the checkups and just try my best not to stress at the end of the day.
Correct, because stress really messes us up. Our metabolism, our hormonal levels are messed up with it. So I was wondering, what are the oils that you've been using or enjoying to manage your stress and anxiety, especially at this time?
Well, it's actually really, it's a good point that you mentioned. So, funnily enough, I have this here sitting. But when I went to Canada a few years ago for a friend's wedding, I came across a brand which you're probably aware of called Sage.
I have that too.
So, oh my gosh, I love Sage.
Me too.
So that's kind of where like my love kind of blossomed for it as well, because I thought it was such a cute idea and such a great idea to have what they call their pocket pharmacy. So
Correct.
they've got their peppermint halo, so every time I get a little bit of a headache, then I'll kind of like roll that on, or of course like I'll make my own. And then I've got this one called Immune at the moment, so it's like a German virus fighting remedy. And then I also really, really love their stress relief one. So I remember at the height of one of my most stressful jobs, I would just like, oh sorry, that's Jerry there.
It's okay.
He's agreeing with me. He's like, yes. I would just roll this on. And what I love about these mini ones is that you can kind of like roll them to your temples or like wherever you need. And then on the flip side, you're probably aware of this, they've got this little part here that you can just kind of like add a few drops into your diffuser.
Correct.
So yeah, those are kind of like my key like tips for de-stressing. And it can either also be like going for a walk and just clearing your head, or just putting on some music, even a little bit of yoga. But yeah, in terms of essential oils, I think lavender is always great to relieve like my stress and I can't even speak, and anxiety. And then I think for me, because I've never really been allergic to fragrance like back in the day, but I think more recently, if it's a synthetic fragrance, I start to get a little bit of headache. So again, that's where the peppermint kind of comes in to alleviate that. What about you? What are your favorite essential oils?
Oh my god, hold on. Can I just get something? I just want to share with you something as well. Hold on. I have the Transitions blend. It's for female support.
Beautiful.
Oh, you should check it out.
That's beautiful.
So the main ingredient here is clary sage.
Do you know how like with YouTube, I wish there was like smell tube. I know it sounds really weird, but then like imagine if you're like, okay, smell
Yes, smell it.
I know, we need that. We need to tap into that space, eh? Oh wow.
And then I actually released like a capsule collection of oils here in Manila, and I actually had sage as my inspiration, because look at my bottle.
That is so beautiful. Oh my god.
I'll share with you a photo later after our conversation.
Yeah, please do. You have to send me the links and everything. This is just, so beautiful.
How I wish I can figure out how to send things from Manila to Australia. I'd love to send you a set of my blends.
Likewise, I was going to say as well. Oh my goodness.
I'll try to do that. I'll try to find a friend who'll fly there.
Exchange our favorites. You know?
Yeah.
And I'll send you some of like the key Australian products that I've mentioned before, like the Kakadu plum, etc. So.
Oh, wow.
Exciting.
Have you ever visited the Philippines? Ever?
Oh my gosh, that's like, I've never, but I really want to. It's like on my bucket list. I've got a lot of really good Filipino friends, and I would love to also come over and visit them as well. So shout out to Joyce if you're listening, if you're watching.
You should send them the link.
She has 3 beautiful cats as well, so they have babies. So when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, Joyce.
Oh, that's so cool. Alright, going back to our conversation, I know that with I know that with endometriosis, you can sometimes feel, well, I'm sure you'll feel painful periods, and complications may also lead to infertility, right? It's a little like serious case. How long have you had this?
So for me, I've actually also, it's something that's been on my mind, but luckily for me, so I think when I actually start to like plan for starting a family later on, which is, you know, possibly in the near future, then it's something that will be quite conscious and that I'd be probably speaking to like my doctors about as well. But I think at the moment I've been quite fortunate that it's just been the monthly pains. And before, I was actually taking some herbs from my natural practitioner, which really did help, because when I did the scans, it had actually, as I was saying, it hadn't grown, it maintained the same. So for me, that was kind of an indication to say, okay, you know, it's something that's manageable. I don't need to do an operation for it, at least not yet. And for me, I've just tried not to stress about it, really. I think, as you say, just managing your stress will really help with all that. And yeah,
So for me, with PCOS, I normally have hormonal acne. Do you also have that? Like hormonal skincare issues?
that's such a good point, because I did in the past, but I haven't been doing so recently. I'm not sure if it's just like the change in environment and the weather. But for me, I feel like if I eat certain foods, I notice my skin breaking out as well. But of course, we all get, you know, your hormonal breakouts. Like, and I get this one big pimple like on my face, which is fine. Like, you just manage it. But I think if in my diet, I make sure that I eat clean, or like have some green tea, or I think for me the biggest thing is, like, I'll still eat a lot of like dairy products with ice cream or yogurt, and you know, I do spoil myself. But then I've realized that cutting out I guess milk in my life, or reducing my milk consumption, so I replace it with like soy milk or oat milk, or even almond milk, really does help with clearing out my skin. And I know it doesn't work for everyone, but I've noticed just for myself and my skin, just certain foods that I eat will aggravate acne or lead to my hormonal breakouts as well. So yeah, I don't know, what about, is that the same for you? Or,
Yeah.
like, you've got gorgeous flawless skin, clearly.
Oh no, I'm actually having breakouts right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, from where I'm standing, I cannot see anything. It's looking flawless.
I think
But what are some tips? So, like, what are your top tips then? Like, what do you do to kind of reduce it?
I follow like a very strict skincare routine. I like very diligent in washing my face with a low pH cleanser, and I follow cleanse, tone, moisturize steps. That's it. I don't really like putting on or slathering too much, because I feel that it's clogging. It makes it hard for my pores to breathe. So like at most,
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean.
I can only apply perhaps 1 to 2 serums at most. I can't follow the Korean 7-layer skincare. I can't do that. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And
it's not about the volume, but finding certain skincare ingredients that work for you. I 100% agree.
Correct.
Oh man, I wish I could send you some of the Bakuchiol and the Squalane, because that is absolutely amazing. Like, there's certain carrier oils that are really, really, or like certain oils that are great for promoting clear skin as well. So, and I also noticed as well that you do a lot of yoga and exercise.
Yes, I do.
You dig into your coffee.
Yes, I do. I do a lot of things. I make jewelry.
Wow.
I make all those craft things. Before the lockdown happened.
Jewelry.
Oh, you should. It's fun.
So you're so multi-talented.
No, I have very polarized interests. Even my mom just scratches her head when she sees me tinkering something new.
You're a jack of all trades, clearly.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming to be.
Love to. Like, last year I took a ceramics pottery class just out of the blue with my good friend, and I feel like I'd love to do more of that, like do little workshops. And I remember back when I was in high school, I did a jewelry, like it was a course that we took, and we made our own like rings.
Yes.
And like since then, like I've kind of like been playing around with like making like earrings or bracelets or something. But I'd actually love to do like a short course or something. So
I made this.
Learn all your jewelry making.
I made this in Korea. It's fine silver.
That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
So
I love the key theme of the cats there. So,
yeah, I made this in.
you make little earrings as well.
Yeah,
With it?
yeah. I haven't done that, but I do fine silver pet tags, so they get spoiled with their own jewelry.
Oh my gosh, you are so talented. That is so beautiful. I love the idea.
Oh, when you visit here, I'm gonna give you a free class of silver making.
Oh my gosh. All right, that's it. When we can travel.
Fly over.
Going straight to the Philippines. Oh. And what about you? Have you ever been to like Sydney or Australia
No,
before?
never. When I was trying to search for my aromatherapy course, Australia is one of the countries that I was looking into. I was looking into Korea, Australia, and Canada, and then I end up in the US.
Oh my gosh, yeah, of course. Wow.
Yeah. So
amazing.
how did you know about Beatrice?
So she is actually good friends with my dear sister, and every time I've gone to Hong Kong, I've like, you know, most times we've just either caught up or like I'll run into her. So yeah, she's really lovely and so talented as well. I've seen her make like her leather goods, and I've seen all the stuff that she's kind of formulated as well. And again, I think she was also one of the key influences that inspired me to actually push ahead and go and do the course. So I remember like before when I was looking around and shopping around for courses to do, I was like, I actually messaged her and I was like, what do you think of this? And then she's like, oh, these are both great schools. And it was just so hard to pick because you know, there's just so many great courses out there. So we've just got to find what works for you, and you know, like short courses as well are amazing. So you know, the sky's the limit. You can, you know, pursue all these different courses that complement one another. So
Correct.
It's amazing.
Beatrice is actually my batchmate. I think we're batchmates in New York Institute. So both of us took.
She was saying.
Yeah, both of us took the level 1, and she finished way earlier than everybody else. She's like done in 4 months. I'm like,
Of course, she's so diligent.
what have you been doing? In 4 months, I was like, oh, that's so fast.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
You
so
should
with
take
your
it.
course, how long did it take to finish? Or like, is there a time frame that they place on it?
No, you can go according to your pace. So usually people finish it in 2 years. That's the normal timeline.
Wow.
Beatrice, being the scholar herself, finished it in 4 months. I was able to finish mine in 10 months. Good enough versus 2 years. So I was wondering about your course because I also recently attended their orientation for Formula Botanica, and I was looking into it.
Yes.
But I realized that maybe it's a little redundant with my current course with New York Institute. So I'm still on the fence if I should enroll.
Yeah, they've got so many different ones. And what I found really helpful is when I first entered their website, they've actually got like a little quiz to see what you, or you know, if you've got a business already, or if you're just like formulating out of like your own passion and key interest, or like it can be both. So I took that test as well, and then looked at all the different options and courses that they had available, and I had just missed out on, I think, their winter school or something. So when this course came along, I was like, okay, it's July here. I am so excited to be able to, you know, take their course. And when it opened up for enrollment, I was like, and they've also got like a pre-enrollment as well that you can do just to secure like your place in the course. So as soon as I did that, I was like, oh, this is amazing. But they also release like little free master classes as well, and you just sign up. And they've also got their YouTube channel as well. So it's just been, they've got like, you know, all these great resources so that you can really decide and see for yourself which is the best course that's suited for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is this the first course that you've taken to professionalize your formulator status?
I'm in R-ing for like the longest. Like, should I commit or should I not? Do I have time? But it's like, it's never a good time, right? So you've just got to, you know, manage your time and just get yourself really organized. So for me, it was, so I'm, again, no regrets. I'm absolutely loving it. So, and if I didn't try, I wouldn't have known. So.
Correct. And I'm sure with Beatrice around, she would feed you all these information where you can enroll. So
she's so resourceful and knowledgeable, isn't she? Oh
yeah. Is there any other school that you're looking into right now?
That's actually a really good question. I've just been so focused in like, you know, the course, and just work. If there's any that you recommend, I would absolutely love to. Actually, the school that you guys both had attended is actually high on my list as well. So who knows if there's any courses, like introductory courses that you recommend that kind of complement organic skincare formulations, I'll send them my way, and I would absolutely love that.
I'll send you some. I'd love to be schoolmates with you too. I was checking Lily Sage's page and I saw you have this hemp and squalene concoction.
Yes.
So could you tell us more about hemp and why did you choose hemp?
So this is actually really funny. So I had, there's a store here in Australia called Mecca Cosmetica, and you get, every now and again, they come out with a loot box for customers, and in one of their loot box samples, it had a Kiehl's the hemp and oregano oil. So I got a little sample of that and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I kind of popped it on, not thinking much of it. And then the next day I woke up with like really radiant skin and my redness had kind of cleared, and I was like, this is amazing. So then I started researching more into the ingredients and then just pretty much discovered the beauty of hemp seed oil, and that's literally, the rest of it is history. So again, that's another key oil that I really love using. But again, because I don't want to overload my skin with too many different oils, I'll generally try to 1 month use my bakuchiol and squalane, and then I'll also formulate like a hemp sunflower oil. I love sweet almond oils as well, like they're amazing. So I'll incorporate those either in a body oil or a facial oil. So there's so many oils that I love. But again, we've only got, our skin's our largest organ, so we just have to look after it. But what about you? What are your favorite oils?
I love hemp. Actually, when my late grandfather was having this immune, I guess, deficiency, it's caused by his immune system. So he started having all these rashes, unexplainable rashes. Of course, when you go to the doctor, they'll just rule it down to dermatitis. What is dermatitis? It's a very generic term. So what I did was I concocted this oil blend for him. I also used hemp as my base, and I put in a little bit of lavender. I put in a little bit of helichrysum and tea tree, and that really helped him versus him using a lot of these steroidal creams. That's not really healthy.
I agree.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's why I was wondering, she's using hemp too. Hemp is actually not...
It's very anti-inflammatory, isn't it, as
well?
So it's really, really great to repair your skin.
Correct. And it's easily absorbed by the skin. I mean, even if we're here in the tropical weather, it's really nice to be used here. But unfortunately, hemp is not really allowed for sale here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So you're so lucky you have all these amazing resources in Australia. That's like...
I definitely can't complain.
It's like unheard of here, or we can't really source it here legally.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, so could you please, among all your range in Lily Sage, could you please share with us your favorite? I know you have a lot, but please share with us your favorite babies.
Oh my goodness, that is so hard to say. I think if it came down to it, one of my favorite ones would have to be the squalane and bakuchiol. I think that I've noticed a huge transformation in my skin from using it. But it's hard to define it down to one product, but I guess all the different products are great for lazy people like me. I can just, at the convenience of just 1 or 2 products, just layer everything together. So I can add a few drops of my serum into my cream, or vice versa. After the cream, apply the oil just to lock everything in. So I just want products that kind of complement each other and you can just lay on top of one another. So I think for me, if I had to pick one, it would be the squalane and bakuchiol. But it's really hard to say. I love them all.
Of course, they're your babies. I was checking your page. You're also very busy right now. Your hands are full in formulating emulsions and cleansers.
I know.
Could you please...
It's been so fun. I've been really, really enjoying it.
Could you please walk us through them? Like, what are those? What are those innovations that you've been busy with?
Oh, so for me, right now I'm working on like the best emulsion that I've ever made, so to speak. But I think for me, it's just more identifying like for me, as you were talking about with your grandpa, like my mum as well. She's recently suffered from really bad skin allergies as well. So I concocted for her. So rather than her applying all these steroid creams similar to you, I just concocted like just a very simple like shea and cocoa like blend, or even just really natural oils as well. I might even try to make her the hemp blend that you also mentioned. So yes, for me it's just more about trying to solve a skin issue for my dear friends and family, but for me as well, it's just more if I'm running out of something now. It's actually helped with me shopping for other brands. Like I still love like looking into different skincare brands and everything, but it's just been really helpful to know, okay, if I've run out of something, I can just make it myself, and I know the key ingredients that work for my own skin that's effective, and I can just source that myself as well. So that's been the main things. Like I've just been working on a natural rollable perfume, just trying to work on different ranges of serums, and again the creams as well. So yeah, it's lots of fun stuff that I'm working on.
Yeah. I see a lot of your new sneak peeks online. It's so exciting. Even Hero is excited.
Yeah, Hero is he's my little helper, I have to say. He's actually over here on the couch,
Aww.
as you can see. I'll see if I can get him to.
Have you thought of creating like a natural pet care line?
I would love to. I was looking into it because I know like that lemongrass is probably a good one to. Oh, sorry, my lighting is going a bit. Yeah, but I would absolutely love to. Maybe, who knows? Like, watch this space. It could come out later on. But for now, like his current shampoo routine is literally. It's got a little bit of aloe vera and is it oatmeal? Yeah, so that's been really effective for him because obviously dogs have a different, pH
Correct.
level. But yeah, he's just been really enjoying that, and yeah, his monthly baths have just been a lot easier because of it as well. But I might have to look into that and see if I can formulate my own goodies for Hero. And I've seen your range as well. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. I actually have two brands. So I have Caticorn Dreams for humans and Caticorn Pets for my pets.
That's amazing. And what kind of, well, obviously your cats would have inspired you for your creations and formulations, but
Correct.
What are your favorite products from your range?
For humans or for pets?
Both.
Oh. All right. So for humans, our anchor product for Caticorn Dreams is actually our shampoo bars. So here in the Philippines, we were one of the first, I think we were the first, to come out with a shampoo bar that's vis-a-vis Lush. I mean, Lush would post there how things are made, right? So I'm lucky because my mom is a registered pharmacist here in the Philippines. So breaking down all those ingredients, figuring it out, it's kind of easy for us. And we were able to come out with our own version with better ingredients because Lush uses SLS. So we use a base that's better than that, gentler than that, and we were able to come out with that, I think 2 years ago. And then that has been like our most popular in-demand product. And we're also actually available in malls, in retail. And then a year after that, which is last year, we launched our pet care line, which is Caticorn Pets. And at that time, because I was thinking most of the pet care brands all over the world actually doesn't really focus on feline care. It's usually focused on canine care, right? So
Exactly.
As cat owners, we would sort of content ourselves with what's available for dogs. And so as someone who has background with aromatherapy, we've studied that a lot of these ingredients that are okay for dogs, like tea tree and peppermint, are normally included in dog's shampoo. Those two ingredients are not really safe for cats. It's actually very toxic.
Yes.
It can cause them seizures. So it sort of alarmed me that why are we using this? Why is everyone contenting themselves in using this? So there
To identify the gap in the market.
correct. It inspired me. Okay, I'll come out with a line that's focused on cats, but it's totally safe for dogs too, because cats are more restrictive with with the ingredients that should be put on them.
Yeah.
So there, and now we have some of the veterinary clinics who are carrying our brand. We are also available online, some on retail, but because of the pandemic, we are greatly affected because we are on retail. So the malls are closed, the shops are closed, but we're getting by.
Can you just focus in terms, do you have an online presence as well where people are able to order? Okay,
Yes.
that's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're lucky because you have Etsy there, right?
Yeah, we do.
We don't have Etsy here.
Oh.
So what we have here is
Yeah, some things need to come over to the Philippines.
yeah.
Oh.
So what we have here is sort of like an eBay. It's called Shopee. So we have Shopee, and that is where we place our stuff. And it's been keeping us, I guess, afloat somehow, because the physical stores are locked down for the past 8 months. So that it's a really big toll for everybody's business actually.
Definitely. And I see even with Lily Sage and the community, everyone's been really lovely to support the local businesses, and I'm sure a lot of people will be direct messaging you for orders as well. And so
Correct.
yeah, everyone's just trying to do their bit and just help out and support one another in any way, shape or form, which is really it's been lovely to see, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm definitely sending my love here from Sydney to you guys.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to send my love and my products so that you can try and Hero can try our products.
Oh my gosh, Hero would love to. Oh, that's so sweet of you.
I would love to have Hero as part of our pet influencer. Petfluencer.
Oh, it would be Hero's privilege, honestly. Oh.
All right. So, could you please share with us, do you have any other projects that you're working on right now, or any other announcements that you would like to share with our listeners?
Oh, that's so kind of you. So for me, I'm just really excited on just focusing on key skincare essential, product lines at the moment. And one of our most popular items has been the floral body bar. So it's just the key ingredients there again are shea and cocoa, and actually when you mentioned to me before about essential oils, chamomile is another one that I love, that's super calming and just great for de-stressing as well. So it's just something that, again, I'm someone that's really lazy, so just to be able to hold a bar and just use that, it's just been a godsend. So I've been loving that. And yeah, just focusing on, listening to customers, their needs, what they're wanting, just so that I can customize that for them and incorporate that into their lifestyle. So I think that's just been my key focus at the moment. And yeah, can't wait to also finish my course and then look into new courses that you will be kindly sending through to me. So yeah, but again, in terms of key messaging, I just want to make sure that everyone's doing well out there. Hope you're all taking care, staying safe, and again, as always, sending my love to you all out there in the world.
Wow, thank you so much for that. One last question. If you can advise on your top 3 essential oils, what are those?
Okay, lavender is for sure. Rose, because I just love a good rose odor. It just smells not just very luxurious, but it's just, I just love that so much. And I'd have to say, in terms of my top 3, this is so hard. I'm going to sneak in some citrus essential oils in there as well, but also for my face, frankincense, I have to say.
Good choice.
Sneak in another 5th
Yes.
chamomile.
Good choice.
Sorry, my top 3 became
Top
top 10.
5. Have you ever tried?
Yeah, I'm always intrigued to see what your ones are.
Okay, my favorite is ilang ilang. Have you tried that?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, so
Beautiful.
lovely. And I love mixing that with sweet orange or any sweet type
I
of
really love
citrus. So tangerine, sweet orange, that's like my jam. I also love,
Speaking my language.
yeah, I also love bergamot.
Mandarin, sweet orange or lemon, but I have to be careful of the phototoxicity.
Correct.
But
Correct.
Oh.
And then bergamot.
bergamot, yes.
Oh, I
Yes,
really love
that
that.
is a beautiful one as well. Rose geranium is another really nice one as well, but bergamot is beautiful. You get like the hints of the citrus in it as
Correct.
well.
Just hints, but not really.
taste.
Correct. So, and
I like
elemi.
more of the citrus blends.
Have you tried elemi?
No, I haven't. I would love to.
Oh, you should. Elemi is like
Better get shopping.
elemi is like what they call the poor man's frankincense,
Oh.
and it's native in the Philippines.
No way. Okay, I've actually written that down. So
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna have
should.
to look into that and shop around.
So here I actually have like the resin itself. I have an elemi resin that I infuse with my oils and I use it for some of my formulations.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful.
It's the only thing I
can't
have.
wait to-
Versus you have a lot of unique.
Just imagine like your formulation space would just be like heavenly.
It's like my little Dexter's lab.
And it's constantly growing, isn't it? I kind of feel like there's never enough space for me to like feel all my like essential oils, everything, all the key ingredients.
Yeah. So when you visit here, I'll take you to my studio. I'll show you how things are made.
Oh my gosh, it would be my pleasure. I would absolutely love it. And likewise, if you ever come to Sydney in Australia, when it's obviously COVID safe.
Oh yeah, I'm jealous.
We'd love to.
All right. Thank you so much, Priscilla, for giving us your time today.
Thank you. Oh, my absolute pleasure.
And I hope to see you around. I hope to see you and your brand grow and provide more beautiful, handcrafted products for everyone.
Thank you so much. It's so kind of you. Thank you for making my first interview on podcast so enjoyable. And yeah, hope you're all well and taken care. So I wanted to, shout out again to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode here on my podcast. To receive updates or new episode alerts, don't forget to follow us here on Spotify. Or to get more updates from me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at HappyOilerPH. And I'll see you on my next Live Well with Aromatherapist, Jerby Go.